I don't know if it's going to record.
Oh, I know. I know the feeling.
Okay, it's active.
This meeting is now called to order. Mayor DeMarco, will you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic.
Yes, this is for all.
May we have the roll call, please?
Mr. Bacon here, Mr. DeCosta, isn't Mr. Lawrence,
Present?
Ms. Lewis, Ms. Martin.
Present.
Present. Oh, I'm sorry. At first I thought you weren't here.
Get my microphone.
It's a good thing this is broken then, I guess, because anyway, Ms. Lewis, I'm sorry, is present. Ms. Martin,
Present.
Mr. Thielacker,
Here.
President Baoki,
Present.
Mayor DeMarco,
Present.
Mr. Corbel.
I am here.
Mr. Brett is not, but Dalton, right? No, yeah. Dalton is here representing LSSE. Chief Williams.
Present.
And the interim manager is sort of here.
Thank you. Start with the president's report this evening. I want to thank our first responders, police, fire, and EMS for their work to keep everyone safe during and after last Friday's storm. Downed trees caused the loss of power for several days for some of our residents. While some people may be anxious to clear this debris, everyone should remember to stay clear of downed trees, as they always pose a threat for serious injury or death due to energized wires being tangled in tree branches and the instability of these trees. I also want to thank Public Works employees for making sure that all roads were passable once those risks from power lines were neutralized by Duquesne Light Company. Some residents voiced concerns about the time to restore their power. Please keep in mind that according to Duquesne Light's website, when the extent of weather damage is widespread throughout the area, Duquesne Light prioritizes restoration in this order: public safety hazards, public health and safety facilities, which are critical customers, major circuits, and then finally small neighborhoods or individual homes. Thankfully, no one was hurt or injured as a result of this unusual weather event. We have the mayor's report. Mayor DeMarco.
Mr. Bioki, first of all, on the same issue of our recent storm outages, I want to give a shout out to all of the neighbors in Forest Hills who took care of neighbors. There was a great deal of communal activity of people feeding each other, taking care of each other, keeping people into each other's houses. I think this is one of the good features of our community, and I applaud our citizens for their forbearance and for their kindness to each other. It's one of the things that makes us special. Also, this is Women's History Month. I would like to give a shout out to all of our women leaders in town, on all of our many boards and commissions and on council, and also in memory of Rachel Carson. We carry a Tree City and a bird town and an awareness of our environment being important in our town, and I think that's wonderful. I do want to make one more comment around the emergency response. I think it's true, and indeed our police, our fire, our public works people, all of our emergency responders are really setting the gold standard for behavior in an emergency. I think we need a little bit better system for communicating to the public. I would like to convene the emergency planning group, a small group, to begin thinking about what we might do to give people a little more advanced preparation and thought to preparing for emergencies so that we're a little more resilient and a little less panicked. I'd like to note two things. The Woodland Hills High School Youth Summit, which has attracted 350 leaders of high school students, is meeting this week. This began as the same group of students that did our climate action initiative in 2019. They are now going citywide, and this is a gathering of the young leaders of our future. And I'm really proud of our Woodland Hills students for doing that. A couple of dates. The Chili Cook-Off is coming up in April 19th. and I'm hoping the borough can support that. It does provide funding to the local Rotary Club for Backpacks of Hope and other service projects. We have a considerable number of students who are still in need of food security, and I think it's important that we support these efforts. And I think I will also like a shout out to the Forest Hills Birdtown Group. They achieved gold status within their first year, and they're going to be participating in the City and Nature Challenge in April and May. I'm all of you available anytime you need to talk to me, and I close there. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor DeMarco. Do we have anyone here for the Community Alliance?
Speak to that if you wish. The Forest Hills Community Alliance has identified 2 projects that they wish to pursue out of the planning effort that concluded last year. One is to look at an innovation park up here on this campus on public property, and the other is to focus on the business district, the revitalization and refurbishment of our business district. We have contract final negotiations with OHM for the business district and with Evolvier for the Innovation Center, and that should be coming forward. We have a group of Carnegie Mellon University graduate students who are doing a business directory, which should be done next week, and a inventory of vacant properties, which will lead into some feedback into a marketing plan. So all of that is ongoing, and you will be hearing more about ways to participate in both of those projects shortly.
Thank you. Do we have a manager's report, Mr. Morris?
Briefly, I would like to note the passing of Kay Powderly. Her wake was today at the funeral home. Kay was one of the first people to welcome me when I was first manager here back in 2000. I did have a lot of people who would kind of look at me like, who is this guy and why isn't he Rich Branzell, who happened to be the manager just before me who retired. But Kay didn't. And Kay also almost always was available to the borough if we needed her for a seat on planning commission or somewhere else. She did serve on the planning commission for a while, and I can't even remember all the different things I convinced her to do when we didn't have an applicant for something. She was obviously very important to the borough, and she was also a member of the garden club, Forest Hills Garden Club. So I don't want to. I could not, I don't know her as well as some people did. I just know that I liked her. She was funny. She was bright. She came in and talked to me a lot and always had worthwhile things to say and was always very lovingly, very loving words about Forest Hills Borough. So I just wanted to note her past. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Morris. Chief Williams, police report.
Thank you, Mr. President. Kay Powderly was also on the crime watch for many years and very involved in numerous different things that involved the police department as well. So I sent out a savvy citizen about some vehicles that were entered, and one was stolen, one was attempted to be stolen. They happened to be Kias, which are very common for this and have been for the last few years. Again, this comes down to the same thing. If you have those types of vehicles, you may want to consider additional security measures to make sure that vehicle was safe. I know that you could probably take your vehicle to the dealership. I know they have some other options they put on there to help to stop that. And if you want to go old school, you can put one of those big bars across the steering wheel. They're definitely a way to let everybody know not to bother, because you're not going to get that car. Again, if you hear anything, see anything, please call 911 right away and let us know so we can be there and at least investigate the situation. If it's a nothing, we don't mind. Rather be there every time and have a look rather than not. That's all I have, Mr. President.
Thank you, Chief Williams. Mr. Corbel, Solicitor's report.
No public report this evening, but I do want to thank the chief for reminding me of the club. I haven't thought about that in a very long time.
Thank you. EMS report, Mr. Morris, did we receive one?
Didn't receive anything.
Fire department report, everyone should have received a copy of that. Public Works report, was there a Public Works report?
Didn't receive anything there either.
Under the Water Authority, there was a report of 2 breaks since last month. One was on Marwood Avenue and the other on Bevington Road. The Arts and Culture Advisory Council did provide their end-of-year report. Every council member should have received a copy of that, but I'd like to just read some of their highlights. This is from their executive summary. They were formed in late 2024 and held their first official meeting in January of 25. They did create a survey, a fact-finding survey to determine the art and cultural interests and desires of borough residents. They also created a list of local arts and art organizations, including their disciplines. They attended 2 local events providing activities and free raffles, and they also made a call for volunteers and attempted to form some groups of like-minded residents interested in bringing events to the borough, such as the Forest Hills Pride Committee. Looking forward for 26, they're still in the process of bringing the following to the borough: the Woodland Hills High School Art Show to the borough building in some capacity. They plan on a health wellness events such as yoga, and they want to increase local art and craft vendors at the farmers market, as well as other community events. And they are interested in providing some other volunteer produced events. Other committee reports. Do we have anything from Connect?
Yes, the Connect member meeting will be tomorrow in our borough community room. We're expecting about 24 communities to attend. DOT will be with us talking about the 376 paving and bridge relocation details and plans for that. I think it would be instructive for people to know about it. You're certainly all welcome to attend since we're hosting, and we're looking forward to having a productive meeting tomorrow.
Thank you, President. Mayor DeMarco. Was a throwback. Mr. Lawrence, Elam,
Nothing to report.
Ms. Martin,
Nothing to report, thank you.
PA Municipal League, Mayor DeMarco.
Their Southwest Regional meeting will be April 26th. I'm planning to attend.
Thank you. Nothing on the Turtle Creek COG. Ms. Lewis, anything on the Southeast Tax Collection Commission?
No, nothing right now.
And Mr. Bacon, Tri-Cog Land Bank.
Nothing this month.
Thank you. We'll move on to public comment now. These are for agenda and non-agenda items. At this time, only residents and taxpayers of the borough of Forest Hills will be permitted to speak to address council on any issue, whether appearing on today's agenda or not. Speakers will be permitted to speak for a maximum of 5 minutes. Groups of people will be required to designate a spokesperson to represent them, who may speak for a maximum of 10 minutes. Speakers are asked to use the microphone at the speaker stand, clearly state your name and spell it, and state your address for the record. If you have any documents to share with council members, you may present them to the borough manager now. Council president will determine how those materials will be distributed and viewed for the meeting. Speakers are reminded that council uses these comment periods as opportunities to gather information and not to respond directly to concerns raised. Information gathered will not be discussed at the meeting, but instead will be referred by the council president to the appropriate committee for review and discussion at the next committee meeting. If it is not a matter for deliberation by a committee, but requires more immediate attention, it will be referred to the borough manager, who will respond by phone and or email within 5 business days following this meeting. Anyone?
Okay, Steve Karras, 607 Braddock Road.
I was hoping to see something on the agenda regarding what I spoke about, I think it was last month, and that is the opening of committee meetings to the general public. And in fact, any meeting that's not governed by contract negotiation or personnel matters, I believe, should be open to the public and advertised. I don't see that on the agenda, so few people have asked me what the result of that is, and I'm not sure what to tell them. So I guess based on page 2, I would ask for some sort of written reply or what's happening if you're discussing this, if it's in committee. Being that committees aren't open, I can't actually go to a committee to find out. And again, I don't see anything on the agenda. So I'm just here to emphasize my opinion and I think good governance that committees and meetings should be advertised in advance and open to the public. To help with the reply, I believe I still have the manager's email, and I will send him my email to facilitate the reply, just to see what council is deciding and where opening committees to the general public stands. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Bill Tomasic, TMSIC 140 Tanglewood Drive. I'll start off by picking up on what Mr. Karras was talking about there. I sent you all an email talking about the way that I believe council committee meetings had been held. Mr. Thielacker and the mayor, Mr. Lawrence also, they were on council when I was. And every committee meeting that we had was held in this room, in public. And the idea that somehow that hindered us from doing our work isn't true. It never posed a problem. And you can attest to that. Mr. Morris can attest to it. Mr. Corbel can attest to it because he was here as well. I believe that these meetings need to be open so that the public can participate. I have a right to know request in because of Councilwoman Martin's statement that she made about that this item was discussed in public and voted on. Once that comes in, I'll share it with you. So she made a statement. I can't verify it. I went through and looked at all the different places that I thought they might be there, but they weren't. So that doesn't mean it's not there. It's just I can't find it. So once that comes in, I'll share it with you. Now, the main reason I'm here today is because of the situation involving this power outage. Just one thing after another. But the grist is this. Duquesne Light came over and made an assessment on the street where I'm at and said that the area needed to be cleaned up before they could restring the lines. I then sent out some emails or some texts or pictures or whatever saying, and I don't know if he distributed them to you, but you should have 2 pictures of the street. So what I asked for was for the public works, for which I pay good taxes to take care of, to come over and take care of doing nothing but cleaning the street. Duquesne Light had already been there. They had, this place was safe. There was no problems in terms of them doing the work. All right. And the reason I could tell you that is because I ended up doing it with a neighbor of mine. So you can see the before and you can see after. Now, there's a lot about this, and I agree with the mayor in terms of what she said, communication. So my brother comes over to see me that morning. The power's out. What's the problem? He can't drive up because the road's blocked off. Now everybody's wondering, because there's only one way to ingress and egress Tanglewood, why it was blocked off and why nobody was notified. So we're on the phone to 911. We're on the phone to Duquesne Light. We're going through that whole process. Okay? And then Duquesne Light is not sharing it with us as the people, the residents who are affected by this. Only one person, as I understand it, was told that the assessment was that no work can be done until that was removed. Again, I'm seeking help from the Borough Public Works. I mean, can't they come out? Are they too busy? What's the situation? So I will be filing a complaint about this from the beginning to end to show the lack of communication that existed. So finally, after all that, two guys come over from Duquesne Light after we had removed all of the debris, because that was in the report, the debris had to be removed. So I and a neighbor went over and removed it. That shouldn't be my job, but that's what we did. Subsequently, Duquesne Light restrung the lines. Now, you had two tax increases here in this borough in the last 2 years. You're paying over $40,000 for killing deer. I understand correctly. I have the right to know request in. I haven't gotten it back yet. You have those the speed monitoring signs down there or devices. I was down there today. It wasn't working today. It wasn't working yesterday. Monday, I was watching it. I watched as the cars go by, different speeds. I've got a right to know request in for that as well. Okay, and doesn't slow them down. It's ineffective. So I guess that costs probably about $10,000 a piece with the installation. I don't know. But we're probably at $100,000 when you add those two things together, which I think are totally ineffective and we don't need. And that adds to the taxes that we have to pay. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Is it up? Okay, so let me just finish. There are a lot of things that I think that need to be dealt with and that needs to be open communication with the residents of the borough, which I believe right now is not happening. Okay, and if anybody wants to talk to me directly, I'll be here after it, because when I send out these emails, I don't get anything. Sorry for the overrun. Thank you.
Anyone else?
My name's Lindsay Hudson. I live at 111 Lenox Avenue. I was lucky enough to speak with Chief Will. My car was broken into. It was a Kia. I wasn't aware of the kids. I guess they're a group of teenage kids that go around, steal them because they're easier to hack than other cars. So I was like, okay, I missed a day of work. It was awful. My neighbor right across the street, the Lemmings, their Kia was also broken into. And I just thought that was reason. And something up in me, and I felt like I needed to start talking to people and seeing how they felt about it. That same night that my neighbor's car was broken in, Jasmine, her car was actually stolen from her garage. So I've just been talking to people in the neighborhood and just walking the 200 to 400 block on Lenox. I was able to get at least 12 signatures. I can hand it in or email it, but I do want to read that. And that's just like a little bit of walking. I know that I would have to speak with the Public Works people about getting the signs put up, the aluminum signs that say Neighborhood Watch. I suggested a patrol because I have no problem being flashlight, and I understand that can be dangerous, but I feel like just people in some places in the US, they have classes a couple times a year where people talk about how to observe safely and just report to the police. Like, this isn't like a vigilante thing. I'm not like saying like, let's go out with baseball bats. I'm saying, go out with a flashlight, get to know your neighbors, know their cars, And another cool thing the classes can teach is about house safety too. I'm willing to do all the legwork. I'm here. So like I said, I'm Lindsay Hudson. Yeah, 111 Lennox. And send an email in to the nice lady, the secretary.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Future politician.
Okay, we'll move on to committee reports, operations and policy. Mr. Lawrence.
I can't that one. Thank you, Mr. President. It's a couple things here to go through. I move to accept the following changes to committee membership with all appointments as full members of respective committees, except as noted. Susan Englert, Arts and Culture Advisory Council appointment ending with term 8/31/27. James Agnello, Arts and Cultures Advisory Council appointment with term ending 8/31/27. Nicole Stefanik Weiss, Arts and Culture Advisory Council appointment with term ending through 8/31/27. Chris Mamakos, apologies if I don't pronounce that correctly, Parks and Rec Advisory Council resignation. Isaiah Wall, Parks and Rec Advisory Council resignation. Gerald Savage, Arts and Culture Advisory Council resignation.
Second.
Any comments? Bacon?
Just for clarity for those around, because I raised objection to a kind of mass appointment last time. We did have plenty of time to review all of these resumes in the statements.
We have a voice vote, please. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I move to approve the minutes from the February 3rd, 2026 agenda meeting and the February 18th, 2026 council meeting.
Second.
Comments? We have a voice vote, please. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I move to approve resolution number 1300 to authorize staff to dispose of municipal records pursuant to ordinance 723, following the retention and disposal schedule for public records based on requirements of the PA Municipal Records Act.
Second.
Any comments? We have a voice vote, please. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I move to approve resolution 1301, authorizing the borough to enter into a cooperation agreement with the county that permits the county to undertake essential community development and housing assistance activities within the borough from annual CDBG grants and home funds received by the county from HUD for the program years 27, 28, and 29.
Second.
Comments? Ms. Lewis?
I just want to acknowledge how fortunate we are in Allegheny County to have access to these funds, because Allegheny County is grandfathered in as a direct recipient from HUD. Other municipalities across the state of Pennsylvania and the United States access to these funds. So even though Forest Hills doesn't qualify in many instances for the use of these funds, I'm glad that we are supporting the county's application.
Anyone else? You have a voice vote, please. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I move to approve, this is tough here. I move to approve poll hires for 2026 season as recommended by Mr. Reamer.
Second.
Comments? We have a voice vote, please. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, I move to approve resolution number 1302, calling on the Pennsylvania State Senate to approve House Bill 504, the Community Energy Act, and the legislature of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania pass this legislation to allow for the creation of community energy programs in Pennsylvania.
Second.
Comments? We have a voice vote, please. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
That concludes my report, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Lawrence. Before we move any further, I just would like everyone to know that it appears that our recording of the council meeting is does not have any sound right now. So just so everyone is aware. Let's move on to the Finance Committee. Mr. Thielacker.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to approve the payment of bills for the month of February in the following amounts. Those amounts are listed in the agenda.
Second.
Comments? We have a voice vote, please. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I move to authorize the solicitor to prepare and advertise an ordinance to amend the non-uniformed pension plan to account for the treatment of employer contributions to the plan where an employee leaves borough employment.
Second.
Comments? Have a voice vote, please. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
A general report in our committee meeting this month, we discussed the purchase of a new, pretty much a tractor for public works. So we're investigating that. At some point, this year, next year, whenever that might be. Or a policy on hardship requests. Request for hardship that was sent to everyone. So we discussed that, and we can discuss that further in the agenda setting meeting next month if necessary, but we kind of Allison to continue or the past practice, which I believe tax service, they have payment plans for that, but that was already. Questions on that? I think that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Thielacker. A borough property, Mr. Bacon.
Thank you. I move to approve adding painting of the deck railing at the pool lodge to the painting contract at a cost of $3,960.
Second.
Comments?
I have a comment on this. We were notified of this opportunity to get a good deal and get caught up with preventive maintenance on this part of the pool lodge. I believe just before the agenda setting meeting, at which time we requested as council to have confirmation that the railing was in good structural shape. We received that from the building inspector, I believe yesterday. So we have that approval and should be all good to go on this further investment in our pool lodge.
You have a voice vote, please. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
As for my general report, the various projects around the borough are continuing on with no particular unusual or noteworthy deviations from the last update. And that concludes borough property.
Thank you, Mr. Bacon. Planning and zoning, Ms. Lewis.
Hold up, do we have a comment further on
I
borough
have
property?
something I'd like to add to borough property. I'd like to report my interaction with Duquesne Light regarding the possibility of doing a pilot microgrid study in Forest Hills, where we would use our existing solar installations on our borough buildings as a model for a microgrid installation. We would be paying all of the engineering and technical assistance costs and would just need access to our information and collaboration with us. We have not even gotten to the point of writing it down, but I would like to ask Borough Property if we could put that on an agenda for further discussion.
Sounds good. Thank you. We're once again done with borough property.
Planning and zoning, Ms. Lewis.
I have no report. Thank you.
Thank you. Public Works Committee, Ms. Martin.
Thank you, President Bioki. I have no motions, but Dalton Mack, did you have anything to report?
I do not believe so at this time, unless
Okay.
there's something I.
No,
Just for a record.
I didn't know if you wanted to say a little bit, but I was just giving you the opportunity.
No, I don't think I have anything. Our current projects are in progress and everything. A couple of them are coming, towards their conclusion. And we have a couple projects getting ready to go out to bid, so, nothing really unusual there to report, things on schedule.
Thank you so much. That ends my report.
Ms. Martin, Public Safety, Mr. DeCrosta.
I have no motions tonight, but just a couple of updates on what we've discussed. We are very focused on the speed monitoring systems. We know that they're not working correctly. We're trying to figure out why. There's an issue of volume versus the right type of technology, or if the solar panels are pointing in the right direction, all of these things. So we are looking into that. And also, I'd like to talk to you after the meeting, so, okay. That's all I have to report.
Thank you, Mr. DeCrosta. Anyone have any old business? Moving on to new business, we have a motion to appoint Maureen Ryan, President of Right Connections, LLC, as a grant consultant beginning March 1st, 2026 through February 28th, 2027 at a cost not to exceed $5,000 based on an hourly rate of $100 per hour.
Second.
Motion. We need a motion first. Second.
Second.
Who was that seconded? It was a tie. Okay.
Joe.
We have a voice vote, please. Or, I'm sorry, any comments? Mr. Bacon?
As a new member of the grant support committee or whatever is precisely called, I've now seen Ms. Ryan and Right Connections in action. This is a very, very beneficial service for the borough. I actually forgot to mention in my section that we just received $9,500 to assist with the pool entrance accessibility, which was done very quickly by Ms. Ryan, and that this is a worthwhile investment in securing the grants that we use throughout the borough.
Ms. Lewis?
I have no complaints at all. This isn't, has anything to do with that. I agree. I think though, as a member of the Turtle Creek Valley COG, I think we have the ability to rely on the COG to assist us with grants administration, which could potentially, where a small borough, we don't have a lot of capacity in our borough office. I just encourage us to coordinate with the COG and maybe lean on them. It's part of what we pay dues for, to assist us in administering some of these successful.
Well, the COG has very, they are limited in what they will apply for. We have a wide range of applications that we've worked with Miss Ryan. Point that out.
Absolutely, but there's a difference between that and administration, and they'll administer any grant for us.
Thank you. Any other comments? Can we have a voice vote, please? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. The next motion that's on the agenda is to appoint Jordan Tax Services as the Deputy Tax Collector for the existing four-year term, 2026 through 2029. Do we have anyone make a motion?
I'll make that motion.
You. Second, anyone?
Second.
Any comments? Mr. DeCrosta?
I just wonder how it's going since, we've signed on. It seems to be going smoothly, but are there any concerns?
We haven't heard any.
Okay.
Louis?
I had about a specific matter. I had a great conversation with our representative today. He was extremely helpful and their service is what we would expect it to be.
Okay, can we have a voice vote, please? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Our next meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, April the 7th. That's the agenda meeting. And then following that, our council meeting will be on Wednesday, April the 15th. And those meetings will be held here at the council chambers. Unless there's any objections, this meeting will be adjourned. Hearing none, this meeting is now adjourned.